Hey there, it's Craig with Remax, and I've got boy, this is a tough one. And I'm sorry it's so dark. I'm going to be really quick because I need to get going anyway. But um, I was working with somebody. She was actually referred to me, like many of my clients are, and she said, "Hey, Craig, we were looking for homes, and this is really weird. Her realtor that she had kind of went MIA. They stopped talking to her. Um, I wonder if that was her. That just came to my head. Anyway, I'm sure it's not. Um, anyway, they kind of went MIA for 10 days, like no communication whatsoever. This is after getting her qualified to buy a home. I think they'd gone out and looked at homes a couple of times. So anyway, she's seeing all these homes pop up and she's going, man, I'm missing out on great opportunities because I'm waiting for this gal to come back. Now, this is not the reason for the post. The reason for the post is, or this live video, is because this poor gal talked to not just the realtor, but the realtor's lender. And then she called me and I said, hey, everything sounds great. Let's get you talking to my lender just to make sure things look good. And a lot of people don't like that. In fact, I know nobody wants to talk to a realtor and nobody wants to talk to a lender, especially if you've already talked to one before. But with this gal, she had already talked to a lender, and the lender said, yeah, you're qualified to, well, here's what they did. Rather than running a full qualification, they just asked a couple of questions, like how much do you and your husband make every month? What are your debts? A couple of quick things like that. And then they just kind of ran some calculations on the computer, and then they came back and said, you're qualified to X dollar amount. And so she's thinking, okay, cool, I can buy a house for 500,000. Now, here are a couple of challenges. They never verified debt, they never verified their income, and they didn't know how the money was made. So they didn't know if there were some write-offs that would reduce the amount of income that they had. They didn't know if there was more debt than what she could remember at the time. And so when my lender talked to her and physically got that information and looked at it, he said, well, look, first of all, you were qualified for a higher amount in a different county where that lender works, but in our county, not so much. That's probably the topic for another video. But the challenge for her was that she was expecting to be able to buy up to 500,000. And in reality, because of loan limits and things like that, she had to come down about 50,000, which really changes the game for the type of home she could actually buy. The other challenge that we ran into is that these previous folks never gave her a payment. So my lenders say, hey, here's what you're qualified for. Now let me ask you a question. What are you comfortable paying every month? And because those numbers could be very, very different. So she was comfortable with the $2,200 a month payment. And the money that she was putting down would not get her a $2,200 a month payment. So what would have happened is her heart would have been broken if she had found a home, got the written an offer, got it accepted, and then went through escrow and found out that her payments were going to be closer to $3,000. I mean, that's a huge difference. And her heart would have been broken. Her husband probably would have been mad. and we'd be setting him up for marital counseling instead of a move-in date. That was a joke. Anyway, so unfortunately, we had to give her some bad news. But fortunately, we caught it early enough that she's able to retool some things and relook at things. But look, like I said, I know nobody wants to talk to a realtor, nobody wants to talk to a lender, but it's really important that you talk to one, not just one that you click with, but one that understands how to help you. That's what we're in the business of doing, is helping people. And if you connect with a lender who doesn't take the time to really understand your needs and your wants and your desires, and just says, well, here's the number, go out and shop, and doesn't really understand all the pieces in the game, then you really could be set up for heartache, for a wasted time, a lot of wasted time, and And it could really, for the right person or the wrong person, however you want to look at it, it could keep you from buying a house. And buying a house is one of the best investments that the common person who's not a multimillionaire can make, even in these days, right now. Even though prices are, double what they were 10, 12 years ago, people are still, buying a house is still a fantastic investment for most people. It's not perfect for everybody, but it is for most people. So if you want to get connected with a good realtor and you want to make sure that your financing, if you're going to finance a home, looks really good, if you're considering making a move, even if it's a few months down the road, I encourage you to reach out to me through this post and I'll connect you with the right lender and we will find you the right house, the right loan, work the best deal for you, and minimize, if not completely reduce, the heartache that could come with this purchasing proposition, getting out there and buying a house. Look, it's supposed to be fun. Getting keys is a heck of a lot more fun. Look, looking at homes is fun, but getting keys is a lot more fun. And if you get connected with the wrong people, you might never get those keys. So I look forward to connecting with you. And if you found this video to be useful and you know of somebody who's considering making a move, please go ahead and share it with them. And if you have any comments, feel free to connect with me through this post. And if you want to chat for a little bit, connect with me through this post and we can set that up and get you all taken care of. Well, see, computer's off. Time for me to go. I look forward to connecting with y'all soon. Thanks a lot.